what I'm saying?
Boys,
Welcome back.
welcome back.
And welcome
Indeed.
Gino for the first
Yes.
Our very first guest, man.
Yeah.
How cool is this? Oh.
Wow, you guys got a budget.
time. Bunch of bullshit.
No, we got a Laverty.
Yeah.
We got a Brendan.
You got an unemployed Laverty now.
Oh, is that where you're at?
I got a couple things in the works.
Let's get a couple
Well,
irons.
I had
in
a
the
couple
fire.
phone interviews and
You
things
come
like
play in
that
the
today.
band, you know. They're all about to quit.
Well, I mean, hey, look at this new setup we got going too
Yeah,
for
yeah.
our very special guest.
Yep, we had to switch it up.
We got a couch.
We got a couch.
How cool is
The
that?
casting couch.
I don't even get to use it.
Oh, you'll get to use it.
Okay, cool.
Jake and Gino are going to use it before this is
Yeah.
over.
Might as well.
The cool thing, like this couch, it pulls out. And I don't.
Wow.
Right?
You've
No, I
been,
actually do.
Don't I have the most I have the most kids here, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, because it's just Evan and
it's just me. I just got that one out there.
Lav and I tied for dead last.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I know nothing about pulling out.
Tied for dead last.
Nothing.
How many do you have, Gino?
Three.
Three?
Three that the mothers have come forward. I don't know
Fair
what's
enough.
going on.
Couple
I mean-
illegitimates out there in the mix.
Let's be real here, though. If you knew what I was making a year, you'd pull your kid away from that father. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Homeless guy's got more going on.
Oh my god.
And then
But-
you don't factor in all the sperm donations you made throughout the years, yeah?
No.
They used to pay big money for that.
They
Yeah.
don't anymore?
I
Not
think
for
you
these
had-
genetics.
I would say you got
Yeah,
you got to
you-
pass a test.
There's credentials for that now.
It's like the mailman test. Like they got to make sure. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you got better luck applying for a fifth credit card.
I think I could donate sperm.
Yeah.
Nah, I think so.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he's
You
probably-
just have to submit a
Probably is.
video of you singing. That's all they would need.
You think so?
I think so. I think
You're
so.
the singer.
I think their credentials are a little higher than that, though. Eddie. Edward always...
He knows that damn. We got to put
He's
something in
like-
front of that
he's like,
damn door. Put something in front of that.
Yeah, I see this is a pro atmosphere.
yeah, professional.
We did ours at a silage container at Agway, and I fucking rather be there.
Eddie's our coffee guy. He just had to wait another 10 minutes.
Look at him,
He's
look
working-
at him.
he's
No,
working.
it
He's
looks
so
good.
sad.
He's so
It is
sad.
good. Don't I'm a cynical fuck, but this is nice. This is a lot. Mark would have died. He deserved this. We didn't get that. Got a shit stained couch on chain and
So
smoke.
he wanted it to be more
He just clean her up, Gene. He'd say
cleaner up.
for 20 years.
Oh my
Clean her
god.
up. Yeah.
Cleaner up, Gene.
Yeah, this is nice though, boys. I like this.
Thank
I like
you.
What you're doing. What
Thank
are y'all
you.
doing with your lives? Like we haven't played catch up here.
Shit. I know, right? We haven't seen you forever, dude. Same old, just serving tables. The quarter life crisis deal.
Trying to be YouTube stars.
Yeah, because you're significantly younger than me, right?
I'm 29.
No, yeah, we're
Yeah, fucking A, you are.
What are you?
I'm in
30,
another decade.
7?
36.
36.
36?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the same birthday actually. January
do?
20th.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It's got
Guys are
a
soulmates.
few city miles on you,
Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah. No.
Those ain't highway miles.
No, those are city miles, but fucking pothole after pothole. But my axle's fine, and we're just.
Your tires
Yeah.
are looking a little flat.
Quick alignment and you're
You
good.
passed inspection.
Definitely, the sidewalls are blowing out.
I passed my inspection today on the truck.
Good for
Speaking
you.
of, thank
man.
you so much.
Is that a fear every year of you? 'Cause you drive
Every-
better vehicles than I do.
Yeah, I just got that one like 8 months ago. So
Yeah, but inspections are touchy because even if something's not wrong, a lot of the
Exactly.
times they're going to tell you it is. So you
I had him
spend
nab
some
me
more
for
money.
windshield wipers one time. He was like, "You need
Oh.
new wipers." They wouldn't
yeah,
pass me for the
those
inspection. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Guess what my inspection was back in September or August? $1,033.
What?
What'd you have to get fixed?
What are you driving?
He's got
A
that
Jeep,
Yeah, he's
but
got that
it wouldn't
beat up
pass if they had they.
Was it tires?
No, dude, I didn't have any tire replaced. Anything. It was one of the axles. Out of the guy was like, "Oh, one of these wheels is gonna fall off." I'm like, "All right, well, fucking tighten it then." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like whatever. Like,
So nobody's got car people out of you three in your lives.
No.
I've got nothing but car people, so I always win. And
Oh, wow.
yeah, we get
Yeah, I
through.
got nothing.
that's big.
Well,
You know what I mean?
I mean, these vehicles I drive are on fire, man.
Your grandfather still owns the body shop out.
No, he never did. That was my uncle, but and then my father's got it now, so he does the body work down there.
Cool.
Yeah, they're all.
That's huge, dude. You had to fuck smoke a deer, take it out there.
Yeah, they're. I mean,
Quit jumping out of them while they're moving,
Yeah.
and then maybe they'll.
well, no, they. Yeah, it's like Family
You're
Guy.
keeping the business alive.
Yeah,
the
I'm
family
trying.
business is fucking thriving, bro.
Yeah, I feel like that truck got more damage on it than I did. That I got lucky.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's been a hell of a summer.
You
Yeah.
learned how to tuck and roll at a young age.
Yeah, I think when you're that drunk, you're just
Nothing.
flaccid.
Yeah, you hit nice and soft. You're not tensing up.
Your body goes like limp.
Dude, I
It's the best
blew
thing
the
to
ass
happen.
out of the shorts I had. I blew the ass right out of them. I mean, it was like Fred Krueger came.
How sure are you that didn't happen before the
I'm
episode?
sure it did. Rent was due. That happened to be at the apex of the month. I don't give a shit. Everybody's sucking dick down in the bay.
Like Fred Krueger, he says.
Oh, dude, seriously, like a fucking mountain lion scratched my ass right off. Like,
Oh my god.
yeah.
So how did that happen?
Well, I drank too much, which is usually how every shit story starts in my life.
Yeah.
And I just
Same.
thought, well, life's not worth living. And I played a shitty gig anyway, so I was like, we weren't at our peak that night. And just arguing with a fucking drummer. Who else you argue with? And I said, fuck it. And I jumped out of the fucking passenger side of a truck, and the trailer that was towing it clipped my hand. So I broke my hand, and I don't remember much of that, but I woke up in bed the next morning, and someone got me up there, and I was fucking hurting.
Yeah, I bet.
Just open wounds.
They
Like you got mauled by a fucking bear.
they pulled around and picked you back.
Here's the deal.
Picked you off the side of the
There's
road.
a woman
or-
in the back. I'm not going to disclose names, but she's screaming, "He's dead!" Which, he should be. Like, it was 53 miles an hour when I hit,
definitely.
Dave said. So the guy that I was arguing with didn't get out to help, but Dave had to pick me up. But he had to come out and get me. And, I'm on the road. No one was coming, though. We're talking 3 a.m. So
How mad do you have to be to not get out of the car after you just, you know what I mean?
I don't.
What were you guys even arguing about? Do you remember?
I wasn't arguing with the driver. Just music. We were both drunk and like music shit. Like, he's good dude, but he had a few in him too. And just the same old like, was I good? No, you really weren't. This is why I drank. Like,
Right.
And that's the thing. Like, I get shittier when I drink and play too. Like, I'm not above the law. I might start better than the rest of the guys, but I'll fucking make sure I go to shit. And that's unfortunate.
Drums is hard, dude.
Oh,
keeping rhythm while you're drunk though, that's like crazy.
I was going to
different
say that.
story.
I said this the other day. I said, in all fairness to this man, drums are the engine of the thing. You don't get a break.
No.
And it's stamina.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's the hardest. I think that's
You start losing dexterity, dude. That all goes
That's
out
a
the
4-hour
fucking-
workout for a
Yeah.
drummer.
there's a lot to it. I don't. They all, the caveman jokes aside, and the fact that they don't play notes, and there's a lot to it.
Caveman jokes.
Well, it's a primitive instrument. Fucking these fucking people when they slid out of their mom back in old times, they could fucking hit a drum. That didn't take much. Wasn't it?
I think they hit a drum right when they slid out of their mouth.
They hit something.
They hit some kind of skin wrapped around.
When you're talking about the
placenta.
Boy, we could go on an hour about like primitive childbirth and how terrible that was. Fuck.
Oh my god! Especially back then,
Yeah, I don't know how anyone made it out alive.
they didn't smell very good.
Many didn't. No, hygiene. When we learned to
Many
use a bar
didn't.
of soap, the fucking world changed.
Yeah.
Oh, literally, like
30 years on your life.
like night and
No,
for
legit.
sure.
Yeah, they said that was like the thing that like helped evolution the most was hygiene.
Did it?
Yeah.
I mean, did it?
No, medical advancement and hygiene. Like,
Oh, I
like
agree
in
with
the
that.
medical world, like that helped like everything.
Oh, absolutely. I meant cynically, like the world's full
Oh,
of shit
fuck,
now. Too many assholes like me, and well,
Makes
Dude,
for a good
think
podcast.
I just think about like farm animals. Like they smell horrible. You know what I mean? Like that's how like people must have smelled.
But you
for
in
a
the old
long
days,
time.
you'd have still gotten laid. I know you would.
Yeah.
You
Well,
would
that's the thing, though.
Me?
Think about that.
you'd have found a way.
They'd have burned this asshole at the stake.
Oh,
He'd have
no.
rolled in the preacher's daughter first day.
Think about not showering for a year and then having sex with someone. You know what I mean? Like, it's
I
just
think
for
about
a
that
year, and
every
then-
Think about not
day.
showering ever.
I think about that every day.
I'm like 3 weeks in, and it's tough.
Ah,
Yeah.
Like, have you ever even like a nice body of water? Like that shit ain't clean. You know, you don't
No.
come out smelling better if you don't have any like oils or anything. Like,
Yeah, they
smelling
didn't,
salts or
They
something.
didn't have the Dove's Men and the Old Spice.
No,
but, yeah.
no, but I also think it's
They
like
should. That'd be
our
nice,
bodies have like adapted to that throughout the years, where it's like we now rely on it, and like our bodies have literally adapted to.
Oh, bro, I
scrubbing and,
bro,
like,
I bet if you
shampoo
went back
shit.
and you dumped some fucking Old Spice on a fucking Pilgrim, that shit burned them like acid.
they would melt on the spot. Yeah.
Dude, give a Pilgrim original Listerine.
Yeah.
You know the yellow. Oh my fucking god, dude! I lost a whole tooth, disintegrated. I go, what the fuck's the point in this?
Dude, yeah,
Jesus Christ.
beauty is pain.
Those motherfuckers from 1940, our granddads spank our asses. They're just like
I don't know, dude. The shit they were drinking back then was heavy.
Yeah.
They were drinking fucking rum out of fucking porcelain haggards and shit. They didn't give a fuck.
No,
back
those
then.
like rusty copper fucking mugs.
They
and
weren't
shit.
mixing shit, dude. Their medicine was made of like bull urine and wild shit, dude. It was. They
Actually,
lived
yeah.
that.
Whiskey was medicine then. It was
Yeah.
a perfect time to be alive
Yeah.
for me.
Absolutely. You ever seen what is it? Lonesome Dove? You ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
When Gus has to get his leg chopped off, and the doc's literally just pumping him full of whiskey.
Just get drunk until you pass out, so they can do the surgery.
That was
without
his
you screaming
morphine.
your head off.
That was his morphine.
Which is
dude.
odd because it's like a blood thinner too. You know? What
Oh
I mean?
yeah, yeah. That's gonna.
Dude, mistakes were made over time.
They call it the
fucking Dr.
practice
Quinn.
of medicine. They're still practicing, you know?
Yeah,
I want to know who
exactly.
the first guy was, like the cauterizing thing. Like some guy's lost his like he's screaming, and she's like, "Put a little fire on that."
Yeah, let's see if that works.
I bet that'll shut him up.
You have to have a. You were saying practice medicine, and it occurred to me something from long ago that always, Dr. Guitar. Where's he get off?
What, Joe?
You
No,
get
no,
off.
not Joe. He
No,
ain't the
I was
doctor.
gonna say, like,
Joe's
what the
the
fuck are you talking
nurse
about?
with the doctor.
The doctor's that guy that looks like Bowie. Bruce.
Yeah,
Bruce. He
Bruce.
won on the lottery or something. That's how he got the place. At least this is the myth.
Walk in. Wait, let me see your degree. I don't see it hanging on
Yeah,
the wall.
you're not a fucking doctor. That's malpractice music.
Dude, you know what's funny?
Malpractice music.
So somebody was talking. I was talking to, I think it was Bryant or Kyle or somebody, and they don't sell. They're limited on like what they can and can't sell. They don't have a Gibson deal, is because they would have to spend $300,000 a year
Yep.
to be able to deal Gibson products.
That's a lot of guitars to sell.
Isn't that insane?
Just for the next to snap.
And you wonder
for
why
like a
small
month.
businesses that gone.
Exactly.
Gibson did that. It's not worth having it in here if you're not going to move that much. I get that's capitalism, but it's bullshit. I mean, that was
is.
the thing with musicology. They could only get certain. You couldn't get a Gibson line. It was like $300,000.
Yep.
Like you said.
Every
could
year.
Get the starter model.
Yeah,
Yeah.
every year.
Yeah, but then they
But you
declared
could get- you
bankruptcy
could take
like 2
used
years
ones,
ago,
though.
didn't they? Gibson
No,
declared
yeah, they can take
bankruptcy like
used
2
stuff.
years
Yeah,
ago.
you can get used ones then.
Yeah, they just can't They're not.
They can't. Right. They
they're
can't.
not a rep.
Right. Exactly.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. No, they're not a rep for Gibson.
I'm so glad I don't play fucking guitar. By the way, just letting you know.
Get on your
Fuck.
mic.
Is it
I've
just
spent-
piano? Just piano?
I'll get it closer.
Gino?
Just get you back.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Yeah,
better.
you're good.
Just piano though.
You can back
That's
up a
all you
little. I
play?
turned you up.
I've spent fucking
back.
$2,500 in the last 6 months
like
over there.
you
on
were
guitars.
really far away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, you were
There you
keeping.
go. I'm not Batman.
You asked me something.
you were keeping Sweetwater alive there.
No, I
for a
was
minute.
keeping Dr. Guitar alive.
Oh, you were buying them straight up from over there?
My Taylor I got from Dr. Guitar. That Katana amp I got from Dr. Guitar. All
the
this
green one?
shit I got from Dr. Guitar. Absolutely. Yep.
No shit.
No, I ordered that. I got that on Stupid Deal Today on Musician's Friend. The
Yeah, shout out
ES335.
Dr. Guitar, local shop.
Yeah,
We get
we love
absolutely.
you. I
all our cables and stuff. We
All
get
our
there.
setup jobs. No, they're awesome. I love you guys.
Yeah,
over
we've
there.
been buying stuff from them for years. Except for when I was a wind and wire
Yeah.
goer back in the day, and you know,
yeah, I mean,
when Timmy had a shop open, that was
Music
where
Well,
we
didn't
were.
you used to teach over there? Didn't you? Or maybe,
Yeah.
or was it
Yep.
musicology that you taught at?
No, it's musicology.
Okay.
Yep, never taught for the doctor.
no. I mean, Wind and Wire.
No, that was before.
Because Timmy Martuzes.
I wasn't
sorry,
teaching
I gotta
at
stop
that
saying
point.
names. But Tim, he was at Wind and Wire though, wasn't he?
Yeah, and I'd go in there. I remember when it was Black River Music, but I wasn't
Okay.
teaching at that point.
Okay.
I wasn't at that.
I remember when
no.
you taught at musicology though.
Yep, that was good. That was
That was
my
right
first
around-
entry into the whole business.
It's
really.
actually that's actually another good talking point because I think that was right about the time when Evan and I met you. We met you through the jam nights that were on Tuesdays actually back then, but that was at First Round.
I met him at work.
Oh, really?
No, yeah, at Applebee's. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then I must have met you.
that's
with
where
him
we met.
I met you after
And-
through him.
But I
through
started
him at the jam nights.
Yep.
Yeah, well, that was when we first went. I think it was Whistler's because we used to go to the ones at Whistler's.
No, we never did. Never did that.
No. Here's the order, boys. First
It was
first
Turtle.
round. Then
Turtle.
oh no, Whistler's.
Turtle,
Wait a
not
minute.
It was the
Turtle.
Yeah. So
Back
you
at
guys
the-
were back. In
I
the,
remember.
we didn't-
I
we
remember
didn't go
going
to
and
that.
watching you and Bobby and them play at the Turtle.
You might have then, but
I definitely went to a couple because you guys have Tyler Sorrell up there. Everyone used to
Yeah.
come
Okay.
down.
Yeah, I forgot how many I've done, but yeah, I
Everyone
did
used to come
Turtle,
down.
then first round, then
Yeah.
Paddock, then wherever the fuck I went
Yeah.
after that.
And
I definitely snuck in there
and
a
that's
couple
how
times.
we started playing. And that's how we started gigging with a full band. Is that we went to like 8 or 9 jam nights every single Tuesday, and
Yep.
then we're like, okay, like we've got enough material now. We've done this enough times and everything. Like, so you were a big part of that for
Just
us.
wanted everybody to be able to play. You
No,
know what I mean?
it was great. We
That
had
was
a great
I was
time.
more into it then than I am now. You know what I mean? I was living it hard. Then I wanted to rise everybody up like fucking Tiny Tim.
Right.
Now it's like, I've done enough of that teaching. I get to get that out of me because that's me. That's who I love people to be enlightened.
Right.
Like, whoa, fuck.
Yep.
A major 7 chord? I'm like, yeah, you don't have to play like shit forever. We can go ahead and put a little sprinkle on that cake, you know?
Put a little sprinkle
A little
on it.
fucking dash of this and you might get
Yeah.
something new. But You know, I like that. I do it in a shitty way sometimes, but I just want everybody to learn, open their fucking ears. You don't have to like
Just
what I like.
experiment.
Just
You
fucking-
get out of your comfort zone is what.
Nobody you buy those fucking big box of crayons, you got 128 and you only want to use 3. I'm not sure why.
Right.
Like, I'm a very big into music theory person, but I'm also very much a player who plays with feel. I have a lot of that in me. It's a weird place to be because you want the GPS to get there, and that's what the theory does. It's like, well, if I want to play Yngwie Malmsteen, I want to play Middle Eastern, I use this fucking mode. But that's not where it stops. That's just like the GPS. But there's a lot more to it than that.
Yeah.
You know, it gives you when they talk about key, it opens the fucking door.
Yeah.
But you gotta there's a lot of dues being paid to the style, but yeah, I'm all about that, man. Always something new where I'm like,
The best part about the jam nights, I thought, like, it helped out so much being able to play with other people.
that's the
Because
big-
I know I've known a bunch of people that are decent guitar players, decent enough that they know a bunch of songs, but they just sit in their bedroom, play by themselves. Lost when they play with other people. Gone.
Yeah.
Just, you know what I'm saying? It's just out the window.
That's an art in itself, my friends. And
So the
playing-
jam nights, being able to just get up there with random people all the time and just figuring it out, like that helps so much going forward.
there's
yeah.
nothing that's gonna make you grow more than him, me, fucking black guy next door, and Ross Perot when we all go up there and
Yeah.
we're gonna fucking play the Golden Girls intro. Okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna sink or swim, but like you learn other people, and that's the beauty. Because
Yeah.
we all
You adapt
the
is
old
what
jam
it is,
nights
yeah.
where my
Exactly.
band shows up. You know, back in the old fucking days, they
Right,
talk
yeah.
about the glory. The jam nights that I tried to construct were every week I hire a different dude from a different band, and we have a different kind of set list if we can, and. You give people work.
Yeah.
You don't bring your band in every fucking Tuesday.
Nah,
it's not
right.
really to me. But to
And it
each
keeps
their
it
own.
you were
interesting.
good about that. You had different
especially
guys
like
up
when
there
you're in
all
a
the time.
gigging band, you're playing different stuff. Even if you're playing the same stuff with different people, it's different.
better.
It's just
Remember
different.
that old fucking Joe Cocker tune we used to play till you never thought we'd ever stop playing it. Now I forgot it. But like,
yeah,
but that
I've
fucking
forgotten
thing
a
would
lot of
morph
things.
every night.
Joe
because
Cocker,
of
what was that? Magic Carpet
Feeling
Rider?
all right.
Yeah.
No, the first tune we do every fucking night. No, Carpet Ride's been dead
One of your
too.
goof- Carpet Ride's dead
Is that
now?
Steppenwolf? Is that who that is?
Steppenwolf, yeah.
That's
Yeah, we
Steppen-
used to
okay.
beat the piss out of
Beat
that. You know how many
the
hand
piss
jobs
out
I've
of
got in the Carpet Ride? You know what I mean? It just
Well, it's got that great breakdown where you just hold that E forever.
yeah.
So you could just ride that
we
song
dressed
for
her
like
up.
8 minutes.
I modulated. We didn't want to just sit on that E, so I'd go to the key of G, then we'd go up another fucking half step. So it's not like, the Rescue Rangers intro at that point. But modulation, I only really gotten that in the last couple of years. You take it for granted, but like you're redundantly hitting the same fucking chord. Bring her up a half step, girl.
yeah, throw a capo on a bit.
Here, I want to put a pin in that. I want to put a pin in that because I want to come right back to it because I want to pause for a second and ask you. So, as far as the teaching thing goes, how many students would you say you've taught?
Oh shit! I mean, if we're just talking private instruction,
Yes.
like just going to your house or you going to
Yep.
me, I would have to say probably 80 at this point.
Okay, so of those 80, have you ever had like somebody that was like gifted and was like, okay, wow, this person really gets it? Because there's guys like me who took a couple lessons from you, and I was just like, this isn't
Nah, but
working.
that's not true about you. You just didn't follow through.
That's true. And
you
I
got 2 lessons.
Gino's like, you didn't practice. The second lesson, he's like, you didn't practice. I'm like, yeah, I did. He goes, you're lying to me.
Oh, and you're over.
And I was like, yeah, okay.
And
yeah.
you've always been generous. You've always overpaid. I mean, I don't care what they say about you down the bars. But
right? Yeah. Well, don't. Yeah.
you're not cheap. You were cool, but you could have done better.
Absolutely. But a guy like Jake who taught himself, and you should see. Have you ever heard him play piano?
Well, I heard him play on the recording you guys did.
Yeah.
That was it.
Oh yes,
Miserable
yes,
Best,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. With
Yeah.
no, it was the one you and Durs did. The
Miserable Best.
yeah.
No. Three
He-
cheers.
Oh, three. Yes, three.
But
Sorry.
have you ever had somebody like him who's like so naturally good at it, and how do you like teach them better than they can teach themselves?
That's the thing. You can always be taught more. Randy Rhoads, he was notorious for going around and getting a lesson in any, wherever those guys would tour.
Right.
Like, just go to local guitar store because you're going to get something.
Right.
So that's always there. How would you go about it? Well, some people are just naturally gifted and they can teach themselves. You could still work with them. Like for 2 months, if him and I sat for 2 months, I haven't seen him play, but in 2 months, I'm going to give him a lot of my shit. Maybe that's all he needs is 2 months.
Right.
Maybe he needs 6 months. There is a time where it's like, this is what I've showed you. You can get it all out there anyway. The beauty of having a teacher is getting a different perspective,
Yeah.
and somene's in the room reminding you to fucking do it.
Now, have you had like
Sorry,
in
I can't face you.
no, yeah,
dude,
right.
I
feel
know,
terrible.
in your experience, like
I
people
want to.
like when you get into a lesson with someone that already knows how to play,
It happens a lot.
do they usually have more bad habits?
No, because
Like right off the rip, or is that not a thing with piano? 'Cause
that's
it's
not a
kinda-
thing with me. What the fuck's a bad habit?
I don't
other
know.
than You're
Like,
not. you're not
know.
talking properly because that's going to hold you back. You know, you have to teach them like I'm very unconventional except for the technique stuff because like there's only certain ways you're going to play, you know, Chopin. You have to talk, you have to do the proper stuff. But these kids, I don't always take them down the classical route. We learn SpongeBob intro. We'll learn stuff that appeals to them, but it's still notes and it's still the same thing. It's music.
Yeah.
But yeah, I long-windedly to answer your question, there's always no. I just I make things easier for people instead of saying, well, that's a bad habit. You're trying to do this arpeggio and you're using two hands. I go, nah, just tuck that thumb in that spot. You'll do it like this. You know, just practice it a couple times. It's just a trick. I'm giving you parlor tricks.
Parlor
You're paying
tricks,
me
yeah,
to give
right,
you parlor tricks because I do it all the time. I'm going to have maybe 99 that he doesn't have. He's going to have at least 7 I don't have, depending on the level of the player. There's
Right.
always some shit. I'm like, hey, what's
That was cute. Yeah, do that again.
Yeah,
do that
you're never
again.
too good for anybody because, like, even guys that suck can drop the guitar and go, what the fuck did he just do? Like, what is that? You know, there's something always.
Right.
And I wanted to add to this, and I overtalk, and that I knew this would happen.
That's why
No
you're here,
problem.
man.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
said something, and it just, fuck, I forgot what you said. You had
Come
something
on.
earlier. I lost.
The bad habits.
No.
What was your take, Jake? You were
Yeah,
I missed your voice. I haven't heard it in a while.
I was just gonna say, to people like Lav and Evan who don't play piano, they probably think I'm insane. If you were to sit down and watch, you'd be like, okay, he taught himself and he's doing the like.
No, you're
You
underselling.
see-
That's the kind of guy you are.
No,
I can
no,
already
no,
tell.
no. I know, but I feel like, and that's how I feel
100%.
though, because like I'm pretty decent at piano, but
Sure.
But when I watch you play, like, it's just so. It's so different.
But that's not what you
It's
wanna
like-
do.
It's almost like yeah, I'm decent. I'm pretty good at guitar as well. But then when you see like Bobby Perkins play, you're like, oh, like he's a guitarist. You know what I mean? Like, and you can't. And it's not even so much that like you're comparing yourself to the greats, more so that like you know how Bobby is. He's classically trained. He plays the violin and stuff like that. And there's certain things where like I'll use like my index instead of my thumb on certain chords, and you can just kind of see through that. And it's
Sure.
like you're not getting the most out of it because you didn't go through that training. You know,
But
what I
that's
mean?
the
That's the
guitar
thing.
player in you. That's the power
It is.
chord.
It
But
is
I
the
will-
pinky.
Yeah.
I will correct you. He never had lessons. He's not classically trained.
I didn't know
No,
that.
Bobby's family genetically are mutant fucking musicians.
They really are,
There's
yeah,
a
yeah.
ton of them.
Yeah.
And he's got perfect pitch as well. So he's
He-
one of the few people I've ever
He
played with
is-
that has that.
I don't want to undermine this because you can sit
Sure.
here and say he's one of the great. You know what I mean?
He's
and
great.
nobody understands.
He is a great player.
To say he's a great player, I would say is almost like I've never seen that amount of dedication to something like, you know what I mean? Like he
Raw
is
versatility,
just-
too.
He
Play anything.
You know what I mean? Like, and the reason that he's touring the way he is and doing what he's doing right now is because of that dedication.
Yeah. And that's
For
how he
sure.
was with everything in life.
Oh
though.
yeah.
Not just music, like he just does the right fucking things.
Yeah. No,
Bobby
he's a
was
good-
meant
he's
to
a
like
good
be
dude.
successful.
Very,
Great dude.
very humbled. Yeah, I was gonna say. I would say almost his probably just his attitude in general towards what he was going for going to Nashville probably got him where he is more than his
Because
fucking
nobody
playing.
has a beef with Bobby. ever.
There's 10 million good guitar players down where he is. Bobby got in the place that he is because he's super likable dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's
I,
super, everyone. He's like a fucking bug zapper. People just go to him.
So
like great.
Yeah.
super good friends
You know
with
what I'm
my
saying?
dad, and I remember one day my dad was talking to my family, and he was like, "Yeah, like my buddy Bobby, he went down to Nashville to become like a professional guitar player," and they were like, "Oh yeah, like what's he doing now?" And he was like,
He's a
in
professional
Nashville."
guitar player.
Yeah, it's like it's exactly that.
That's exactly what he's doing.
But, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like if
Had
you
his
knew
eye on the-
Bobby, you
eye
wouldn't
on the
even
prize.
question it.
Right.
Yeah.
But,
we got to do a reunion. I don't know. You weren't there. I
didn't go. No, I
fucking
missed it.
great. Yeah, and he just because I was ready. A week before, I'm like,
I
"Man, you
bet.
better bring your big licks, Bobby. Because like I want to cut heads with. That's our old deal. Remember? Wagner's.
Oh,
that was
absolutely.
the people. The old timers said, "Well, you guys can't overplay. It'll never sell. Fuck you. It's sold." Like I'm getting up there. I'm picking a keyboard.
4
out in
minute
Freebird,
solos.
We're
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
body slam it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it
Speaking of
worked.
that, it's weird to see both of you with shirts on in the same room.
Yeah, I know.
I used to love I used to love the. You used to do it. You used to do it with your bands too, but especially at the jam nights, the little the battle parlor trick. That you
No,
do.
yeah, somebody
With
called me
the
out on
super
that.
fun.
Somebody called me
Yeah,
out
like,
on
what are you
that.
trying to be
and
Gino over here?
Yeah, and then Gino came to my rescue in that comment section. He's like, these parlor tricks have been around way before me or whatever.
I
blah
get the
blah.
credit. I'm sorry, I do. But like, I play the fucking gayest instrument ever, so like, it really worked. You know what I mean? Because more people are like, they're not
Gayer
like,
than the bass?
Oh, yeah. Come
By
on.
a long shot.
You see me up there.
By
You
a
know.
long
You know.
shot.
Oh,
You
my
know.
God.
But it's always no shirt, no shoes. Like, people aren't like, man, I love that arpeggio. Like, boy, you played the whole tone scale
They're
well.
like, look at those nipples.
Just like, yeah, look at that undersized tit.
No,
that
you
a chick-
perform behind the keyboard. For
I love
sure,
to
yeah.
play. I can't fake that. People are like, wow, you overplayed. Fuck you. Like, I hold a note just as good as you do in your David Gilmour moment. Like, I feel music. But I'm analytical, too. So it's a weird place to be.
Well, and you can read the room like a motherfucker.
Well, yeah.
That's another thing.
You
You don't
gotta
just
play tunes
You
that
have
people
to.
want to
Yeah.
fucking
You
hear.
have to.
If you want to make money. If you want to not, then that's fine. I played in a prog band. No one showed up.
Well,
we didn't
here's-
get hand jobs. We played 20-minute fucking tunes.
Because I wasn't.
Right, yeah. No, exactly.
That's
Did you say because you weren't there?
He said because he wasn't in the band.
But no,
No,
you're
but,
right, because that was something we always struggled with was like, oh, well, let's get that one out of the way. And then we were like, how about we fucking stop playing those songs because nobody wants to fucking hear them anyway. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you have to have, like, a book of a material that is all bangers.
When we were putting together a set to play at Channel Side, like we kind of had like these songs and like, oh, let's play this. And then my mom was like, hey, like take that same set and play it at Montague, and it just wouldn't work.
No,
you know what I
absolutely,
mean?
yeah.
Like you
Oh,
can't play
100%.
the songs on the river in the sunshine that you would play up in.
In
like,
a
Yeah,
grunge
we
bar.
never
Country,
did super duper well out at Montague with the Matchbox 20 and the shit that we played. It was we never went over like because we had no country. Everyone just wanted to hear fucking country all
Well,
the time.
and then you do a Garth Brooks song, and
Well,
the
we had
fucking
Wagon Wheel.
roof gets blown.
That's
up.
all we had was Wagon Wheel, and then we would just do that. We would just we'd body slam it in the ground, play it for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
With fucking 6 choruses.
You're looking at each other like, are we keeping it going?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what fucking Brick
Everybody
House
in the
became.
band got
Yeah.
a solo.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Including the drunk mom at the bar. She got a solo.
And Frankenstein, you guys used to play that.
Oh,
Solo
yeah,
Mike
but
in the
see,
Fall.
here's the deal with
Oh,
that,
yeah.
though. That's a classy piece. Like, you know, Brick House, anybody can play Brick House. Like, but those were those songs in Wagner's that were like fucking. I learned that when I was like 23. My guitar player, he was fucking murdered by another guitar player, and we learned that for his fucking his memorial concert. And that was a tall order because that was like,
Wow.
you know,
Are we gonna
Frankenstein.
blow right by that?
Yeah, what happened there?
Happened there?
Well, fuck.
Here we go.
God, I need a therapist. for
Are
one.
we gonna blow by that?
I think Gino's
The
regretting
train just
saying,
went
no, we can
right
talk
by
about
the
anything when I
station
asked him
and
if
we're
there's
all
anything
like-
we should
Well, look, I could go
avoid.
down this road and piss some people off.
No,
that
no,
somebody,
no, by
no,
no
no.
means, but-
Dude,
we can.
He's like,
if
I want
anything
to.
that you say, if you want out, we can.
We get out of here.
look. It involves a guy who was the Chinese Zodiac fucking killer. That he was the guy that got arrested a couple months ago.
yeah.
That's Jesse. Jesse was a guitar player that I knew. My buddy Keith knew. I was supposed to bring Keith over there. He wanted to talk to him. I didn't. He ended up getting a ride. He got fucking shot.
Wait, Keith, like Keith Fest? Keith?
That's where.
Yeah.
That's
Really?
that was my guy.
I never knew how he died.
Yeah, well,
Me either.
Yeah, and there's a lot to it, but long story short, like I don't even know the fuck I even went down that road about him getting shot. I don't know. I'm fucking burnt right out. It's a lot. It was heavy. That's when I started drinking alcohol.
We were talking about Frankenstein.
Frankenstein. That was my segue. Yeah, sorry. Fuck yeah.
No.
You haven't
You're
even
good,
started
dude.
smoking the joint yet.
I know you haven't even
fuck.
lit it. Yeah, there you go, Jay.
Yeah, you're gonna have to put it in my mouth.
Yeah, we gotta get the juices flowing. For
Yeah,
Jay.
so the guy gets shot, and a great guitar player, and we'll keep this positive because I can fucking ruin a good moment, and I don't want to piss anybody off that's out there that I've made amends with or vice versa. Like we don't need to go there.
Right.
But fact of the matter is, a man shot a man, and he should have never shot him. And Keith was great. I'll tell you, I thought I was cocky. I'm getting less cocky as I get older, but I
disagree.
No, he definitely is not wrong, because I remember when he met.
We're just outside.
When I met Gino.
we were just outside. He just told him to take 5 people on their best day to beat him up.
Yeah, but he also.
Gotta give him a chance.
6. He goes 6. Yeah.
But
I meant musically.
No. Yeah.
But we were outside of first round, and I met Gino. I'm like, hey man, I got Brendan. Nice to meet you. He goes, I'm like, well, what's your name? You go, I'm Gino Cappuccetti.
What do you mean?
I mean, seriously? You're going to come up here trying to get stage
Seriously.
time and you're not licking my touch hole? Fuck's wrong with you? I fucking know that name. I'm on News Junkie all the time. Not for fucking... I didn't get the keys of the city either.
He goes, who's the new guy?
Dude, you would have thought you got the keys to the fucking city back in the day, bro.
I'll tell you, it was a good time, but I was drunk half the time then.
That was the fun of it, though. We did a lot of boozing back in our
That's
band
true.
too. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like everyone was a criminal that back in the day.
Well,
No, I don't know anyone that went up there and just didn't take advantage of the free alcohol from the bar because life was good back then.
It was pouring, but I lost everything, you know? Let's be real. Every fucking woman that loved me left.
Same, dude.
And their sisters.
Same.
And then fucking, you know,
Had nothing to do with the fact that
And there's
lived in family court for all those jam nights. For every upstate Christmas party that I threw, I ded 5 months in family court.
Get
so
the
my
fuck out of here. Talk about all those illegitimates.
that one
those,
at the
those are
Poville
some
that
Spielberg numbers.
Spielberg numbers.
Now I can't they don't want to keep the kids. They're sending them to me all the time.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, fuck. But
You
yeah,
put
it
on
was
that fucking shiny shirt, dude. They all come crawling
It's
back.
fucking tight. Wicked. Blood pressure's going up. We were talking about something. Right? So anyway, yeah, Frankenstein. Fucking tough piece. But see, when you hear it, you think it's really blues with chromatic. It's a fucking a glorified ZZ Top lick.
Yeah.
But at its time, that keyboard sound, Edgar Winter, I think was the second record or live album that ever had a synthesizer.
Yeah, and he plays it like the guitar, doesn't he? Yeah.
Man had a keytar.
Yeah.
Man
he
had a
did.
keytar.
Yeah.
Edgar Winter.
Yeah. I know.
Now, Keith Emerson was the first guy, Lucky Man, and that's one of my heroes. I got to meet him. He committed suicide a couple years ago
Yeah.
because he couldn't play like he used to. And he's going to Japan, and these people on the forum are like, wow, this is going to be a disappointment. And Keith's just like, all right, see ya. Not cool, but like a great fucking keyboard player.
Yeah.
Like the Jimi Hendrix of that time of keyboards, you know?
Yeah, what's his name there? A luthier. He can't really sing Africa anymore by Toto.
Oh, Steve Lukather?
Yeah, Steve.
Yeah, but on guitar,
I'm sure he can still play his ass off, but he can't get up there like that anymore. I've seen a couple videos that were like,
Lukather's not the one that
wow.
actually sings the chorus.
Oh.
Lukather sing No, I don't even think he was the singer on the verse. The one keyboard players, then they had that lead singer. The one that Toto's big controversy is the singer Bobby Kimball got busted for coke in like '84, and like
Who didn't?
Well, no, but it was a big deal with Toto, right? Because they were on Thriller, they were on all these big things.
Yeah.
And Toto kind of got that reputation, but. As far as a guitar player, and I'm going to tell anybody that Steve Lukather is one of the greatest fucking guitar players there is. We've just been talking about him lately. It's funny he came up.
Really?
Shreds, guys. Shreds.
Shreds?
Like he's on there with Marty Friedman from Megadeth going lick for lick with him, and he's just, yeah, you got to hear him. Like, you don't think the Toto guitar player is one of the best. He's as good at level with Satriani or any of those guys.
No shit.
Yep.
Toto
I
and
remember,
Megadeth?
I remember back.
Really?
I remember back in the day, we were at a jam night at first round. We're sitting in your van, and the van,
here we go.
in the van, and you were telling me you were like, because I said something about country music, because I'm not huge country music guy, but I said something about it, and you were telling me about Brad Paisley, and you were like, dude, you're like, check Brad Paisley out. You're like, he's one of the best guitar players like alive. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, get the fuck out of here. And then sure as shit, he shreds.
It's clean. It's honest. You know what I mean?
A kid from a dude
honest.
from my work, my boy Connor. He went to a couple months ago. He went to a Brad Paisley concert, and he told me he had tickets and shit. I'm like, dude, and he plays a little guitar, and I was like, dude, pay attention to that man standing up on that stage. I was like, because you're gonna really enjoy the show. And he came back and he's like, dude, he slays. He's like, I'm not a huge. He's like, because he went with a girl. You know what I'm saying? He's like, I'm not a huge. Or he is a big country music guy, but he never really listened to Brad Paisley. He's into the new, like the newer. So
Like the Morgan Wallen style shit.
Yeah.
Well,
but
not only
he's
that, but the
big into blues. He loves Bonamassa and stuff like that. I was like, you got to watch him play guitar because that man's the shit.
Country's not really a genre that highlights insane guitar playing either.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
It
Like,
used
you hear
to.
Metal, it used to. Yeah, but now it's just, a few chords, whereas like metal guitars, like, yeah, of course they shred. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Chet Atkins.
You gonna throw that over this way, or
Chet Atkins and Roy Clark and all those pickers back in the day, man, they're fucking clean. It's as honest playing as you get. It's like doing a piano solo.
Right.
You're not hiding nothing.
Right, yeah.
It is what it is. And it's honest, and it's fucking hard.
Oh,
it's
yeah.
tough. I mean, I learned how to get into the major blues when I was going to Tennessee, too, because I'm like, well, this is all these. I knew the minor blues.
Yeah.
And then the Jethro Tull blues. And it's cool, and it goes for everything. But the major blues is that, like, Driving Miss Daisy shit. Ice-T and the South.
Yep.
Do. And so, like, I got good at that.
Ice-T in the South.
Yeah, that fucking summertime tea drinking Southerner fucking lips.
Strawberry
Well, that's what most people.
Love that song, by the way.
Well,
Guilty
unfortunately,
pleasure.
dude, that's what sells, though. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
you
nothing
know what I
wrong
mean?
with it. It's melodic, too, you know?
Well, that's what
5 notes
melody
make all
sells.
music.
Dude, a lot of people. When I was writing a song with another band, we were having trouble coming up with lyrics, and our drummer goes, "Dude, honestly, who gives a fuck? As long as the melody is there, that's what most people are going to gravitate
Yeah.
to anyway.
It's
You
gotta-
know what
it's
I
gotta
mean?
get stuck in
He's
your
like,
head.
Just
No one gives a
fucking
fuck
say
what the words
something. I don't care if it doesn't, make sense chronologically in the song. As long as the melody's there, nobody's going to fucking notice. You know what I mean? And it's crazy. And that's pretty much what,
It's the truth, though.
you know?
It is. It's the
Absolutely.
truth.
Wow. Look,
To the layman.
people are very lyrical. You got to understand, we're in a time and place where like things are 30-second TikTok videos. Like our attention span just gets worse.
Dude, it's so
I feel like
bad. I'm
lyrics,
so
melody is like, but at the basis of melody, you got to have. There's rhythm. I feel like human beings are more. Rhythm moves them more.
You think so?
I think. I'm not saying I'm right.
You got to be able to bob your head to that.
The beat, the rhythm and the beat, because like, yeah, the rest is sparklies. Like my fucking piano solos and all that. That's just glitter. You need a foundation, and that's the beat and rhythm. And I think, man, even at his earliest, that's the thing we go to.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
A great melody is important. I'm not denying that. But there's some shit fucking melodies out there.
That have a good beat.
They have a good beat or have some words that are catchy. Because words are easy to, no one's
Yeah.
going, but then might go, grab my banana from the. That's easier to, and then now we like it, and the melody helps. So I think you kind of need it all, but I feel like lyrics always win. People are like, oh, listen to the song. I'm like, oh, fucking G chords and shit. And they're like, isn't the words great? Because I know what they want me to
We'll
listen
bring up like
Right,
what
but
we had
also-
a couple,
hang on a
couple
second.
weeks ago, that Weird Al thing. Like, he got the great melodies from the songs he was doing, but
Right.
people loved his words.
Well,
People loved the lyrics. They
they
came
just
for the
thought they were
lyrics.
funny. But I'm
Yeah.
saying like, but here's it's all in the eye of the beholder. Like,
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, so like even
Yeah.
like some like say like I made up some lyrics that like I didn't really think made any sense. Somebody else hears them a different like, oh my god, I understand that completely. You know what I'm saying?
They
Like
can
everybody,
interpret it differently,
yeah,
yeah.
exactly, for
Metaphor,
sure.
yeah.
I've always been a lyric buff. Like if the lyrics,
You have always been a lyric buff,
If
yeah.
the lyrics are
Yeah, but the way you hear it
A,
might not be even close to what the original lyricist was
Put it on
trying to
the
get
coaster.
across. You know what I mean?
On the coaster.
Yeah,
Just set it on there.
yeah. Let's get weird. No,
Yeah, it'll go out. Worry about it.
All right, here. So since
Thought that was
do you have some-
oak.
are you gonna say something?
no. I was just gonna say I've always been like lyrics are up top for me.
I love
Yeah.
lyrics too,
And
But your lyrics are dope.
No,
D-O-P.
but you're a musician and you're a songwriter, so that's
I was
different.
just
I'm
gonna
talking.
say that. I almost feel like I'd be better off putting out more songs with worse lyrics.
Absolutely.
Because other people wouldn't care as much as I do.
Absolutely.
You know? But I want to be able to stand by what I put out. So
No,
I want to
and-
make sure. You know, and it's like
100%.
that happy medium you gotta find.
Absolutely.
You know, like
All right, I'm gonna pull that pin out that I pulled out or that I put in earlier when we were talking about we were talking about Magic Carpet Ride or Steppenwolf or whatever.
Look at
Oh
that
my
bottle of-
god. Let's get into that.
You know who? Well, no. What I want to get into about it is and because I don't know where you stand on this topic, and because I haven't talked to you, and it's been probably at least a year, 2 years maybe since I saw you.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 years, you think?
Been a
Since
fucking rock up.
I've seen Gino, yeah, probably.
Got you out in the work release program.
Yeah, I am.
I stole
Nice.
your joke. I
It
got
works
you.
every
I
time.
had to.
You know who came up with that? Getman.
Yeah?
Yeah, Getman. I stole it from him.
He was always super
He's
clever.
a witty motherfucker.
He really is.
We should have got a 5-channel mixer and had his ass come over here
Next
too.
time. We can
What-
redo. We can get that
We don't have
in
enough
again.
chairs.
Get him right on the couch next to you. You can sit on his lap.
it is.
Yeah,
All
bingo.
right, we'd fold into this. Fucking A. Yeah, but then I got him boozing. He got a DWI, so then he had to ride with me.
Jesus.
He was my DD because I just threw him into my driver's side once and then I became the.
Then he was just in the band.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Damn.
Still made him pay the gas.
The fucking
win-win.
the $14.75 you gave him every gig.
Oh my god.
Oh, here we
Gotta
go
raise
again.
the stick.
Here we go.
It's true though. Yeah. Well, no. In my band, I'll make it fun. We do not split evenly.
Never
Definitely.
have.
No. I did. No, I did for years.
That's
I did for years.
It's a good point to
We
bring up,
always
though,
did.
Yeah, it's yeah.
With an original band, I was more likely to do that. But because when these fuckers go on, there's so many reasons. When they want to go on vacation, I get a fill in. I'm still going. I'm the one that's done this for so many years. People,
Yeah, you're not canceling gigs
who
because
are they
you're
calling? That's the thing. If they're calling you and you can call the shots, you got
Right.
the gear because anybody can own gear. It's not.
Right,
It's a
right.
lot more than that.
Right. No, that's a good point.
So how did you break it down though?
A booking
how did you
agent's
find
10%. Well, I went on Google for one and just said, how should this go? So you hire a fucking booking agent for 10% more than the player. So like, What, you want to know all this?
No, Jake's falling off the couch, and you're just looking so cozy over there.
I'm trying to.
I'm just waiting until our hips are just rubbing together. I'm gonna be out of frame. I'm gonna be out of frame.
I'm just sitting there just hurting for you, bro.
Literally, one cheek on, one cheek off. Evan let me sit here because my back problems. He's like, yo, fuck your back problems, bro. I'm getting comfy. I'm the guest, bro.
All right, so you looked it up
I
on
can
Google.
see you better too. I'm like, you know, there's a peripheral.
There we go. So you all right? So you Googled it.
It's not much.
Yeah.
I think it's worse. I actually think it's worse.
Are you up?
I hit the wrong button. Shoot.
Is that the intro?
Yeah, my bad.
That badass organ.
That's your job. You're supposed to be the button guy.
Don't stop
If I get
touching
around
my
this
shit.
way.
There you go.
Oh my
Maybe
god.
if I come around,
I can't.
You can back that up. You can move that too. That.
I'm not
I'm
good with it.
crying.
Okay.
It's an arm.
All right. So I want to get to the bottom of this though. All right. So you Googled the book, or we're talking about not an even split.
Yeah, so being a band leader, okay, so who are they calling, who's booking the jobs, who owns the gear, who's getting the material together, who's going to be the one that's there?
You were doing
when
transport.
Yeah.
All the gear.
Yeah, I'm the one paying the fucking taxes on it all, too.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Push your button. You got to
Yeah,
be on your button.
It's non-negotiable
I'm gonna-
for me. I say, what do you want to not? I mean, this is pretty easy. If I hire you, you say you want 18%. Like, you get 18% on every fucking job. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're going to make, on a $500 job, what are you getting, 80 to 100 a night, $80, $90 a night? For you to what? Come in, do the material, get the fuck out of here. That's
Yeah.
it. And next week, if you want to go on Carnival, I'll have somebody else in your
Pick up
place.
your amp, throw it in the car, and drive away.
That's pretty much it. I mean, you know what I mean? And I'm paying the fucking taxes on this shit. Like,
No, I hear ya.
You know what I mean? And that's huge because some of these people have, I spend my time for fucking 20 years investing in music, whether it's teaching, understanding it, you know.
Networking, building relationships.
That's a big part of it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Absolutely.
It's-
I know
it's-
exactly what you mean. That's a
up-
massive. That
up
might
here,
be
it's
the
the
biggest part of it.
Yeah.
I look at it this way. I play keyboard. I've had so many people, and this is people outside of music that know business. Like, you're giving it away, kid. Like, say what you want, but in this area, like, I'm a great keyboard player, and I always have a good band. I'm never not going to have a great band. And there's always hungry players that want to play. So, like, you come in and you tell me what you want. If I can't do that, then you don't play. And that's how you do it. And that's running a business, too. But I have great players in my band. That's no issue.
Right.
You know?
I don't think it's not like
If you sing half the night, why should I pay you as much as him? He's up there playing every song.
Absolutely. No, I don't. Like that's what I'm saying. I don't think we were disagreeing with it.
No. I just I don't
It's
think
just
you were.
It's an
breakdown.
easy shot. You know what I'm saying? Like
I find it hard to
It's
get
a
the
great.
percentages.
It's a great thing to talk about because
accurately.
this has happened.
no, and I'm glad we actually got to talk about and get to the meat and potatoes of it. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I mean, like, okay. So here's another thing.
Remember when you yelled at us because we were playing for too cheap?
Yeah, I mean, it's what you bring in, and if you're booking the job, I always say to the player, "You got the job, yeah. You pay out."
Well, you said we were playing for too cheap. You're like, you're setting the standard too low. You're like, we're working bands out here that we're trying to, we're playing for $500-$600.
That's a different.
He's like, you guys rolling to town and you can play a couple tunes and you're charging $250. You're like, you're fucking with the process.
Yeah.
Like,
Well, we were
It's such a
20
diluted area too. Like there's
It
not
is
a lot of people
very
booking gigs around here.
well, not anymore.
especially-
But back then there was a fucking trillion bands.
That's the thing.
That's what he was
Yeah,
saying. So
yeah.
he's like, dude,
Yeah.
if you guys are gonna lower the fucking gold standard on the whole town, you know
Well,
what I'm
the
saying?
thing is, it's not like
have
you-
some class.
You were getting a crowd too. That was the other thing.
We don't have any more ice, buddy. So
The other thing was that you guys were pulling. You were young, and you guys had a band. A good
No,
band
we were
going.
doing well.
So
Yeah.
you're giving away something that's in demand. And I remember, but like, I feel like that's half my career. But
yeah,
but
I mean, you weren't malicious about it or anything. You weren't like angry.
No,
with
no,
us.
I wanted you to do better. It was
Yeah.
about you giving it
Yeah,
away.
you were
too.
like, dude, start charging money.
We didn't
for
fucking
your
know.
gas.
We were like 19 years old. We didn't
Yeah.
know what the hell was going on.
No, but that's
you
what
know
I
mean?
tried to tell you. Like, go. It hurt two ways because you guys are already popular. They're gonna hire you any day over a band that's gonna charge $400 more.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, and then you're also fucking yourself. And I never want that for the musician.
Yeah, we realized that later. At first, we were like, dude, Gino can go fuck himself. We'll charge whatever we want. But then at the same time, we
Then
did
you
that
learn.
because
Well, no,
yeah,
here's
'cause we
what
did
happened.
learn.
Here's what
People
happened.
were taking advantage of it too. And we're playing 4-hour gigs like everyone else.
Well, no one
Yeah.
we really realized is
Yeah.
that we were, like he said, like we were doing pretty well. Is
Yeah.
that when we asked for $200 raise on every single venue we played at, and we got no bark back ever. They're like,
No,
yep.
they were like, yeah, no
we
problem.
can do that. I'm like, what the?
Yeah, we went from 300. Like you were playing for $300. You know what I'm saying? And then
Almost
we went
100% markup.
Yeah,
and
we
they're
went
like, yeah,
from
that's cool.
300 to 500, like overnight.
Which is where you should be. We're all still fucking underpaid.
Well,
it's
yeah.
just the way it is,
4-hour
When-
gig. That's a lot of
Yeah,
music. People
I
don't
don't-
understand what it takes to stand up there for. You get 2 15-minute breaks in between.
Not
I
only
get
that, because
Go ahead, Jake.
I was gonna say it's a weird profession because the average Joe couldn't just spend all of the money on the equipment and play. Like you need so many years of practicing to be able to get to that point where you can play for that long. You
gotta
know
have
what I'm saying?
100 songs memorized. 100
there's
songs to
a
play 4 hours?
There's a couple other professions where it's like you don't necessarily need the skill as long as you have the money to invest in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Whereas like musician, like you need so much time into it. And then even in the equipment alone, I mean, we played shows where we had to like restring our guitars and put new drum heads on because they were so and we lost money just doing that.
We had
let
100 gigs like that.
Yeah.
How many times did we like literally buy a piece of equipment before the gig we were playing, and the whole gig paid for that?
Yeah, just to be able,
Yeah.
and you had to get it to be able to
Yeah.
play it.
But
Like,
that
it's-
was in
yeah.
the days of Queen August for me.
We like fronted up our first PA system
We made
off.
nothing.
Where were you guys playing?
We played like the Dungeon. We did a place in Clinton. They were cool, but like you didn't make money. We'd get anything. We'd play at fucking Doll State.
There was no vocalist, right? It was an
No,
instrument.
I did. I sang, but it wasn't great.
So there
You
was
know,
no
I
vocals.
always wanted to. I feel like I'm fucking somebody's old dementia grandfather. I hear you talk, but I think it's him for a minute. Can I keep looking around? So
You're
yeah,
supposed to be on the
we played
buttons.
out for probably before I got in a cover band. I would say 6 years, like on and off. We didn't make any money.
Nothing.
I mean, we made money, but you didn't make any money. You put so much work into those original fucking tunes. We practiced 5 days a week. We went and picked Contino up in
Yep.
fucking Henderson and brought him to DePaulville and back twice a week.
Them
And
bitches
then-
are 5 minutes.
What's that?
The songs.
Oh, they're like fucking 20. It's like an album, yeah. But that's what I wanted. I never thought I'd go out and play Skinner. You know, that wasn't a dream.
Right.
Right.
That's what pays though.
It was what? Prog rock. It was like progressive
rock,
Yeah,
yep, or
yeah.
jazz fusion. We were
Okay.
like, we weren't fucking hippies, but we weren't Dream Theater either. It was this middle ground of like,
You got a doctorate and you're just doing sex.
So
work.
you were you were doing the vocals in that?
You know what I'm saying? Just out there
I
fucking for
did, yeah.
nickels, bro.
And I wrote some great melodies. There's some great melodies there. Now I see it as I'm older. I fucking hated singing, but no one could do it. But I wrote good melodies. I wrote a lot of the guitar parts Bobby did. I had the melodies always down. And Wookie was in the band. We had a great thing, but yeah, and I always wanted a good front person. But who the fuck wanted a front? Like all the guys in our age group, where you're younger, those guys were doing hardcore and shit. They didn't want to play fucking rock operas and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and we weren't cool. But I've never been fucking. Oh, we were not cool. But you know who else wasn't cool at the time? Bobby had an original band doing Mudvayne kind of shit.
Oh, fuck
I
yeah.
bet, yeah.
Hell yeah.
Everybody at the Dungeon and whatever that was before that, and that
Velocity.
super gnarly fucking message board, they hated them as much as they did us.
Really? They wanted your shit. They wanted the pop punk shit.
Yeah,
that's what
yeah,
they
that
wanted.
place
But
thrived on
I was
punk music.
11,
Yeah,
and
you
I
were
was
a
like,
kid.
I was
You were a
like,
kid.
I'm gonna take over this place
Yeah.
when I'm 24, and then I was
Now it doesn't
24, and it's
exist.
all gone. And, it's
And
like,
you really
yeah,
would've
and shit.
and
I'm
you
like,
really
what
gone.
happened? What happened?
You would have took that bitch over too. You weren't even.
I was-
you weren't
I was
even
like-
playing.
It was just a different
I was
world.
standing in the
He
crowd
walked
like,
down to
oh,
that
they don't
fucking
even
damp
know.
ass basement, asbestos everywhere, and just walked in there and said,
Yeah.
"This is my fucking
Just
Graceland.
wheezing.
we played there. We played when it was
This
upstairs.
is my prize at the end of the tunnel."
when it was upstairs?
Yeah, Velocity.
They had a little ballroom
The
up there.
first gig they ever played there, I actually played there, and that was upstairs. And they had a bunch of different genres then. Then it got different and went more metal. But like over the years, I got real close to that scene, believe it or not. Because Queen August, we had played like we got a good job at Lost Horizon, and like that was a fucking.
It's a
big-
sweet venue. I
So,
love that venue.
We let one of those bands, and I forget who it was at the time. We were like, "Well, you want to open for us?" And that was a bridging because dude, we were fist fighting these people.
You headlined? You were the
Yeah, we were.
Really?
We got it. It was for, I don't even remember what it was. A booking agent had called us. They were, because they had other, I wouldn't say we headlines because there was something else earlier in the day. But as far as when we played, yeah.
No shit.
I just don't remember the context. But anyway, we played there, and it was like Bob Dunleavy's band. But nonetheless, and Josh Hagen, all those guys, they're a little older than me. That was a good bridge because, like, at the time, none of us got along for good fucking 8-10 years.
no
Just
shit.
the music scene's so different now, too.
It is. It's way different now. The original. What is good though about the different? I'd say there's a lot of differences now, but the original music is coming back a lot.
I wanted to ask you that because
People are going around playing for free again.
You've been playing around here for a long time, though.
You know?
Like, do
Yeah.
you remember your first show around here? First show you ever played around here?
DePova Hotel. Had to have been.
No, I
That had to have been the first place they hired you.
No, I think that we played a benefit in Carthage. I played with Tim Martuzis. He was in my band at the time, doing that original stuff. Yeah, and then DePova Hotel.
So,
Okay.
did you have that original stuff recorded, or were you just writing it and playing it?
No, we
'Cause
never. We wrote it, played it live, but we never really got to record it for a couple more years.
And now you got Timmy
That's
back.
interesting though, because that's what people used to have to do, like before the internet and everything. Like you couldn't just like, you know what I mean? Like now you almost can just fucking write a song in your bedroom, record it, and have it be in fucking Thailand.
But it had to be in here
Tomorrow.
back years
or
ago.
in an hour.
In an hour,
You know what I
But
mean? Yeah.
20 years ago, like the only way people could find out about you if you were a tour
Word of
was
mouth.
to tour and go play shows,
Yeah.
and then like
Yeah.
you found
Yeah.
it, and then they would tell their friend. But now you can literally click a button and it's all over the world. in a matter
Stapling
of
posters to fucking
seconds.
lamp posts and shit.
It was so different, and I feel like it's funny because I never got to do, but you were doing that shit.
Oh fuck
Like,
yeah,
you know
man!
what I
You
mean?
put a
Like,
flyer out for guitar player. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
like
On the music, and you get the little.
We're all jealous of the
The
guy.
phone numbers that you have to peel
Yeah,
off and
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
yeah.
always like
you
when
cut
I-
it ever so meticulously
Yep.
with scissors.
Yep.
I always had that dream, like when I thought of like, if I was like, dude, if I was ever in like a famous rock band, like touring with my boys, like sleeping in the van, like that shit would all be legit. And then you really like, you're at this age and you think about it, you're like, that would have fucking
Dude,
sucked.
It
I
does.
think
It
about that
did suck
all
'cause
the
I've
time.
done that
Yeah,
a
you
lot.
have.
Dude, I was like, if I had the chance
Like,
to
that
tour
would
right now, I'd be
suck.
like, go fuck yourself. I'm sleeping in a comfortable ass bed.
Yeah,
with
like I
my
gotta work
Dude.
at
dogs.
I
of it.
gotta work at
Fuck
4
you.
tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro,
And who's gonna
Like,
fuck my wife when I'm gone?
Because the dog's sick of it.
No, dude. Okay.
Well, I mean, I was the last of the payphone generation. I think. You know, there's a fucking. You put a nickel in the fucker as a quarter. Then, yeah, it's weird.
Yeah,
and
I grew up with one. There was one at the Stewarts across from Case Middle School. over
they
there.
were-
Still?
that's how.
No, there was back in
Oh,
the day
okay.
though.
That's how you'd call home, and you didn't have fucking cell phone.
I
we
would
had
just
car
bay, I would
phones.
just bay at the fucking moon. I'd hear my mom howling back a couple houses over.
You had to stolen that from
She was
Gino
a,
too.
nah, she was a dog.
So you're 30, right? Or are you guys all
I'm
in that
29.
same range?
I'm 29.
29.
Yeah.
27, yeah.
Yeah, that's a whole that's 7 years. That's enough. That's a.
It's
you
weird.
had-
It's not that much, but it's so much. You know what I
Well,
mean?
'cause
Like,
everything
it's not
else
that
went
big
by
of-
so quick,
It's
right?
not that big of a difference, but once you hit like, especially my generation, like I remember playing
Once
Game
that
Boys that
fucking
didn't have the
iPhone,
backlight.
once that iPhone came out, dude, it was just a whoop.
Yeah, well, it
Like,
scares
jump the
me though,
puddle.
'cause I remember playing fucking my Game Boy Color with no backlight, you know, and
I
now
got
these
mine
kids
upstairs.
get fucking iPads with. It's weird.
What do you mean? I got my
man.
Game Boy
Like,
upstairs.
That's what. It's weird though. I feel like it's such a shift in a generation where the
was
kids
a
that
huge
are
leap.
growing,
Just a huge
the kids
leap.
that are growing up now with fucking supercomputers at their fingertips.
Yeah.
Are
No,
gonna be
legitimately,
taking
yeah.
selfies at 8 years old, not even using it to its full potential. But you know what I mean?
Yeah, people are like-
to have that technology just there is crazy, even for
You
infants.
dreamed
So
of it
people,
when
like,
I was
they're
a
like,
kid.
they're like, oh,
Yeah.
they're dumbing us down. People are getting stupid. I'm like, you have not met my 5-year-old.
Yeah,
Fucking knows how to work my phone better than me.
yeah. No, it's
Look
crazy.
he'll look up a risotto recipe right now if we need. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, if we
I don't
need
want to talk about that on this podcast, but you need to see that.
Is that official?
That's a real.
Is that confirmed?
That's
Why can't we
Yankees-
talk
it's the
about it on
Yankees
this
Twitter.
podcast?
Definitely want to talk
'Cause
about.
no,
it.
no,
people
we
don't
won't
like
talk
this.
about that.
Yeah, we'll bring it up some other time. Dude, wow, that's huge.
But yeah, dude.
God, now I want risotto.
Yeah, it's a different world, and
100%.
Things just keep increasingly getting more fast paced, and I don't know, it's different.
It is very different.
I felt like it hit, especially.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say, especially with music too, because literally the biggest instrument right now is a computer. Whereas 15, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
anybody can, as long as they have a $400, you know, couple $100 computer, they can start clicking buttons and consider themselves a musician.
Yeah, that's a
Where-
whole topic right
Did
there.
Did
I
you see
know
those
it.
kids
Get me fired up.
whipping
And-
up beats on their computer? They're 10 years old.
And
just-
well, I was gonna say, here's the thing: some of them are
The next Scott
actually
Storch.
talented ass musicians
Absolutely.
who are just kind of channeling it
Sure.
through, and it's almost the way to go
Yeah.
with it being so popular nowadays. But fucking 20 years ago, you couldn't do that.
Right.
You couldn't do that. You would need a keyboard. You would need to learn like a little bit.
You'd
of
have to have
theory or, like,
effects.
guitar. You would have to put the time into.
Oh,
actually,
it's spoon fed now. With
I
all
was gonna
this
say
shit.
so people who are doing that, I don't
It's
want to
spoon-fed.
I don't want to discredit though, because you can be a genuinely talented musician and do that, but you don't have to be, which I think is the big part. Like you literally cannot know anything about music, and as long as if it sounds good to you and you do it, like
Yeah.
I saw a dude on Kimmel the other day make a
Yeah,
fucking
you gotta
song
have a
with a
base.
spoon
Here's
in
the
a
thing,
fucking
though. Here's
cup.
the thing,
Oh, that's
though.
Charlie Puth,
Yeah,
though.
he's got
Whatever,
perfect
bro.
pitch and he's super talented.
Sweet.
But again,
He writes everyone's shit.
You know what I mean, though?
again, yeah.
He writes everyone's shit.
I,
That's fine, but-
however, though, I saw
I saw a 4-year-old do the same shit.
I saw a similar clip though where he literally he was like, if you had like that coffee cup and you make a ting
If you
and,
want.
and they do it, he goes,
If you want.
yeah, that right there, that's a C
you're
and a C
jonesing.
sharp together, and
Go
then the
ahead.
guy plays it on a keyboard, and
Right.
it's exactly
fine.
that.
You're
No,
good.
I get that. No, I know that. I'm not saying he's not talented,
No,
bro.
no,
But I'm
no.
just saying, like,
I got
You can
You're
ting a
welcome.
coffee cup and make a beat in a matter of seconds
with
whereas
another tool,
that-
using your computer is what I'm
whereas-
saying.
yeah.
Well,
whereas
look,
that wasn't
this
an
has
option.
been a fucking debate. I played like the instrument that's pretty cutting edge. I mean, a keyboard's taken over for bass guitars for years, all kinds of shit. Like it's a lazy man's instrument if you want it to be too, because you can just hit a fucking button and let it.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know how to look at this like
my fancy
from an
buttons.
academic level. Like it's important for me to see people learn how to play an instrument as a form of expression. I'm not saying that the computer can't do all that, and that's fine. But like, there's nothing more fulfilling than playing like a fucking piano.
Absolutely. No, I agree that 100%. Like, yeah, it has all the effects on it, but you still have to know how to play the bass of an instrument. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it's not just like hitting a fucking teacup and recording it and then
Well,
putting a bunch
art's
of.
art.
But he
We
had
can't,
the
you
keyboard
know.
after he hit the teacup. He had the keyboard to adjust the pitch of the fucking.
which is where
Yeah,
Yeah.
but that's still art, and you can't. Nobody can argue art, folks.
I know, but
can sit
it's
here
just
all
not-
day.
Charlie
I don't
Charlie
know.
Puth's got perfect pitch though.
Yeah.
Like,
There's shit that you like that I think's putrid, and vice versa. And so, like, how do you look at it? Is it because it's technical? Is it? How do you know that's depth? You know,
No, it's
deep?
all preference. I
Yeah,
get
it
that.
is.
You know what I
So
mean?
that's the hard
it's
part.
subjective, but
yeah,
It's
it
the
is
hard
very
part.
subjective. Yeah.
We can both agree when someone's paid their dues in the field, though. Like, it's
Absolutely.
not hard to be like, this guy can play, this guy
Right.
can sing, this
Right.
guy, you know. That's universal for all of us.
absolutely.
But they gotta have the parlor tricks. But they gotta have the chops. You know what I'm saying? You see through all the bullshit.
we do.
You'd see it in 5 seconds if Homeboy's had 1 gig or 2 gigs in his entire life, or if he's played a couple thousand like you have. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but-
you'll know it in the first 3 songs that he puts up.
You know.
Yeah, but at least you're
Oh,
out there
yeah.
trying to do it. So like even people that I don't necessarily think are that good. I actually yelled. I didn't yell, but I spoke to somebody last time I was out when somebody was talking shit, and I'm like, why don't you fucking get up there and do it?
God
dude? At least this
dare
guy.
you.
At least this guy's out there trying his ass off. You know?
Seriously.
He's not acting like he's
Yeah.
Lemmy or like Gene Simmons. Like
Exactly.
he's just trying to get better, and he's playing in front of people. Like that's you know what I'm saying? Like
Everybody deserves to be able to go play,
Absolutely.
you know. And the more you practice, the better you get. I'm a firm believer in this. You know, it's like touching your own dink. Nobody does it better than
pass
you.
it
You know, but you get used to your touching your own dink. You know what I mean? That's playing the fucking tunes. You could blindfold me, and I could come in and do half the gig and probably do all right because I can see it. It's there every day. It's
Yo,
it's
you
tangible.
And
dude,
this-
at the amount of times you played the fucking songs you play is muscle, just straight up muscle memory.
Not even that though. I don't even play them the same way all the time. That's not true.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Yeah,
And then-
you're capable of switching because you know theory and you know
I'll
how
just
you can
fucking
switch it.
improv all night.
Yeah, you can.
I
switch
actually,
it.
I want to talk about this for a second because you do know theory,
Yeah.
and I do as well. But I didn't know it until I learned like piano.
Sure. Because it's the
it's
best
it's
for
a
it.
map, dude.
Yes.
And when I played guitar and I played drums, like I understand rhythm and all that. And I like when I was playing guitar, I know what notes sound good together, but I didn't know why. But like it's like if you're playing a C, it's like well, where are you gonna go? G, F, A minor. You can't. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then when you start playing piano and you realize that it literally is a map, and you're like, holy shit! The reason that like these work with this, you know what? You know exactly what
Yeah.
I'm talking about.
It's so visual.
The other band members
Because it's linear. Like guitar, you got the up, down, and left, right.
well, you know what it
Piano,
is?
you got linear. It's just a linear.
Well, with guitar, you can play the same note in multiple
positions,
places,
yes.
and with the keyboard, you see it, and like you can see it down here, but it's the octave.
It helps
you know?
make you a better guitar player.
It
even.
really does, man. And I didn't
I
understand
bet.
that was going to be, because I kind of just started fucking around, and I was like, even when you're playing like the major scales and you go from C and you're like, oh, it's all white notes. And then you start at like an E and you try going all white notes. You're like, why doesn't that work? You have to start incorporate,
Well,
what I
that
mean?
does work,
Jake.
but it's a mode. That will work,
Right,
but
right,
it's
right.
not going to give you the same sound as the major did.
All right, it's not going to give you the major, but
Because of
then,
the half
but then,
step.
but then once you start like, oh wait a minute, it's the same thing. It's just whole, half whole, but where the blacks and whites are located, it's you know what I
That's
mean.
right.
And you can really start seeing like why music works the way it does
That's
on a
right.
piano, and
Yes.
it is fascinating.
That makes
to
me. I'm getting hard because like that's how
Yeah, you
I
guys
can
are
tell.
you guys
I
are
can
making me
tell.
horny.
Because that's important. That's such a big thing. Yeah, it's a visual instrument, and anybody like I've had guitar players, especially when I was at musicology, guys going to Berkeley or whatever, want to sit down for a couple lessons just to go through modes and shit like that, and go through modes and exercises. So like, yeah, and
You went to Berkeley? You just said what?
no guys going to Berkeley.
Oh.
That Noah Peary, he's a little older than you. He was a great shred player, but he was real in the metal stuff. I go, you got to get some major sevens now. We got to get some. Let's do some shredding that way. Let's look at it differently. Did a couple lessons that helped his playing.
Boom, boom,
He's a
boom.
young kid. He ain't gonna listen. I got a kid already. Nobody's gonna listen to my old ass, but he did, and he got better.
Just like you said, you can get something from everyone.
You really can.
It's so important to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because even like I didn't really understand harmonies, and when I started working with Durs, I was like, he can just find them
Yeah,
out of
I
nowhere.
I can't
Natural.
Do, I
But
can't do
now-
harmonies
but
for
now I
shit.
can because after working with him for so many years, I'm like, and then learning a little bit of theory on the keys. It's like, oh, I understand how he's finding where it
Harmonies
is.
harmonies are fucky, man, because I
Yep.
couldn't harmonize for shit for my entire life, and then one day it was just I'm like, oh wait, there it is.
If
And,
I'm
then-
just getting there.
If
and
you
I
can-
told you that was gonna happen. I'm like, bro, I was listening to a fucking Green Day song of all, believe it
Yeah.
or not, and I'm like, wait, I just found a harmony for that. You know what I mean?
If-
Like,
the key, it's like you can find where.
or you can mathematically do it on the keyboard or the guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
find
you
the
can- you
seventh or
can-
find the
you can-
fifth, or
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and then try and pitch it that way. You
So-
know what I mean? But I didn't have that at my disposal.
I once I found out that like as long as you can find out where it like if you're in like say like this scale and they're starting on like the mi, like you got to be on the so, like you got to be on that. If they're on
Right.
the do, you got to be on the mi. Like you just got to find where they're playing. And then you got to adjust like per that scale, and then you can find the harmony. You know what I mean? Like that's how I was able
What
to find
the
it.
fuck?
It's weird, man. Yeah.
Well, yeah, harmony, like your basic harmony you're going to hear in most music is the root, the lead line,
Yeah.
the third and the five.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
third and
but
fifth.
then you get some crazy shit where you're doing the seven. So then there's four parts, right? Or somebody's not doing the third; they're doing they might do
octave.
the four. The octave's not technically considered a harmony because it's a unison.
Yep.
So in the real rule book, it wouldn't.
Okay.
Harmony is for people that know how to listen to other fucking people well. That's how I look at it.
I can't do it. I always snap to the main.
It's-
Every
yep.
time I go.
No,
down my
you
main-
won't, though,
I
man.
snap-
You'll find
I
it, dude.
snap
he
right
does,
to that
though.
main
He
part.
does.
It's owning that.
It's
note.
like automatic. My brain can't handle being off the main key.
You want to talk about an interesting song we all know is that fucking Wonderwall by Oasis. So I
Yeah.
never
Oh,
fucked
yeah.
with it. Well, recently I had a student and he was going into it, and I realized that the vocal line starts on the 4 of the scale, and I'm like, this is fucking interesting because the chord's an F sharp minor chord, so it's an F sharp, an A, and a C sharp, but the guy singing starts on a B. I thought, those guys are full of themselves, Gallagher's or whatever.
I've heard,
but
yeah.
fucking genius. Very
Oh,
hard
yeah.
to
Yeah.
find that note over that chord.
I was gonna say it's weird too because like once you start playing like C as a root, but you start singing in D, you start getting that like C add 9 feel when you start incorporating that D.
That's
and you can
what the
do
D
it
would
with,
be.
Yeah, and you
Yeah.
start in like getting almost different chords with different instruments based
Yeah.
on where you're. It's interesting.
Because if you're
man,
looking
yeah.
at everybody hitting a note as an like an orchestra, right? Like even if you're
Jake
singing
don't
the
mind
D,
sitting up now.
If,
Talking about theory.
if we got a C major chord, right, an easy one, C, E, G.
Yep.
You could sing the 9. We'll call it the 2. It's the D.
Yep.
Yep. Or we could add. Usually we don't put the 4 in. It kind of sounds wretched, but some people would put the 4 in the F.
Depends on the feel you're going for, though. If
Right,
you want that dissonance,
exactly.
you can get that. Like
That's
oh,
right.
listen to
You're a
that
smart
one.
guy.
Yeah.
He knows his Gino.
Oh,
That's
dude,
what
you
I'm
have
saying.
no
You gotta
idea,
watch this
dude.
fucking kid, man.
Like I said, we got to get a podcast just you two in here wrestling
I
for a
was gonna-
couple
just-
minutes.
No,
Do you want to?
We've got Jello.
You want
Just
me
leave
to
it
butt
right
that
there.
on the wicker?
I don't care.
It's
No,
wick-
not. I don't want you to butt it on.
the
Just let it. Just let
on
it
the
go
wicker.
up. Here, right here. Here, hey, oh, wait. Here, just throw it in. We got empty can.
What is that?
What's what? He was jonesing. He was dying.
I feel like fucking Andrew
That's
Dice
allowed?
Clay. No, I do. I
It
can't.
was for-
I want to smoke.
It was.
allowed
It
for
was for
guests.
Gino.
Oh, miner's outside anyway. God darn it.
It's
All
allowed
right.
for Gino.
That's
Thanks.
cool.
I appreciate it. Keeps
Nah,
the blood
I
pressure.
could
at
tell,
bay.
dude. You were like starting to get a little
Getting
sluggish
antsy.
on me over there.
really quick too. I don't want to get too deep into this, but while
With
we're
that
on,
look in your eye, like let's wrap this the fuck up.
That's good. That's been a delight.
while we're touching on theory, because I don't know a whole lot. I kind of scratched the iceberg,
Yeah.
But I saw this video the other day where pretty much rhythm and pitch are like kind of go one and the same. Whereas like if you take obviously a note and it's just a sine wave going at a certain frequency, you know, like if you get a C or an A, you know, it's like 261 hertz or whatever. And if you slow that frequency all the way down to, you know, like 4 hertz or whatever, it becomes, instead of, you know, as you keep going, if you slow that frequency of a C all the way down to like 2 hertz, it literally starts sounding like a kick drum. It just sounds like a kick drum.
Interesting.
So if you take a kick drum, a regular kick drum, and you put it in quarter notes and speed it up to, you know, 5,000 beats, it eventually stops becoming a pulse and becomes a pitch. Like our ears don't perceive it as a pulse anymore, but just
You can hear the note of the thump.
pitch that it rests at.
Is that because of vibration, you think?
I think it's
Well, that's what
just
sound
the
is.
speed of it when it goes that fast. Our ears can't perceive like the actual thumps, and those thumps are technically where the wave would go up and down. You know, the bum bum bum
Yeah.
bum bum. You know what I mean? So as it gets faster and faster, we ultimately just perceive it as a pitch. Now the interesting part is now if you take a snare or something in a polyrhythm and you do the same exact thing and speed it up, it doesn't quite sound like a harmony because, you know, you got to hit that ratio. Whereas like this one's pulsing every 2,
Right.
The other one's got to be the 3, and that would be a 3-to-2 ratio is like the perfect fifth.
Wow.
You know how that happened? You know what
Dude,
I'm
they
saying,
might as well
right?
be speaking fucking Mandarin.
Well, no,
Mandarin
he's on a.
Chinese,
You know what I'm saying, though,
Mandarin.
right?
Well,
So you need the
Cantonese.
So you need the kick. If the kick's
This
going 1,
Japanese
2,
right now,
3,
it's like, what the
4,
fuck?
1, 2. The
My buddy did
snare has
acid
to be
once, and
hitting
he
the
could immediately speak
polyrhythm
Cantonese.
that it's hitting
He was
3
all,
times
"Something
for every
young."
time the kick is hitting twice.
Gotcha.
Because it has to have that
So but it's not a triplet. It's just 3 hits, right?
It's- so it-
dot 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 over
I stole
1,
that
2,
from
1, 2.
Workaholic.
Right. So
Okay.
so
Go
one
get
has to be
some.
pulsing at a certain rate as the other one is pulsing at a different rate, and that's what's going to cause, like, if you speed those up, those create a perfect fifth harmony.
You've taught me something.
I want to show you this after the podcast and kind of break it down, because it is very interesting that when you slow a sine wave that far down and you perceive it as just a pulse, you can do it in reverse and get a pulse up to a pitch.
Jake, I'm gonna fall fucking asleep over
Yeah,
here.
I'm
I gotta go on a nice.
Yeah,
let's all
but
take a break.
here's
Let's,
the thing,
can
though.
we take a break? Is that even possible to do with the phones?
Evan, you know damn well it's possible.
well, let's,
All right,
let's
well,
do that.
let's
Let's
do
take a break
that.
because we got to refill on ice.
and we gotta come back.
Look at you already fucking
And then we're gonna
boozed
come-
up.
and
You're
then-
sweating.
It's hot in here. It's warm
Like
in
fucking Dean Martin. Go get a
Dude,
go
it's
get some
wicked. We
air.
start
It
talking
is
about
warm in
theory,
here.
and Evan's like, "Holy shit, I don't know
Yeah, you
anything."
guys got-
Well, yeah, but he never
Yes.
practiced that fucking kid. You could have been somebody.
Do you guys
working
know-
at Home Depot now?
Do you guys know what
Basically.
do you guys know what a shawl is?
Love you.
This is a shawl.
Evan's under
Like
the
a-
impression that what he's wearing right now is a shawl.
No,
Thank
that is
you. Thank you.
That's a
cardigan.
triple no on the shawl.
I
No,
told
I don't
you
think
that.
so.
All right.
He's
I'm
getting
not a
ready in the
fashion
mirror.
dude.
and I'm
pretty
like,
sure
nah.
a shawl is what like
It's like a little
grandmother would
cloth.
put over their shoulders
Yeah.
for like warmth.
Yeah, bro.
You'd look good in a shawl. That's just not one.
That ain't it. No. You dress nice though, kid. I'm wearing my son's
I
shirt.
like that shirt.
It's fucking getting tighter.
I want to bite.
You're like,
the,
I
wanna
gotta wear
bite
one
the
a little
fucking buttons
smaller.
right off that
Whatever.
shirt. That's what I'm
Whatever.
saying. Pull that bat out.
Oh yeah.
All right, let's take a quick
This
five.
thing
Let's
is-
take
Yeah.
a quick five.
Dope. I used to get to playing a music show at, I don't care if it was an acoustic show, I don't care if it was full band, and I haven't felt that excitement in so long. And then tonight with this podcast, I felt that again.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like you're constantly chasing. So when it becomes so much as like, wow, I've played this bar 100 times or
It becomes
whatever.
work.
You know what I mean? Like that fire kind of leaves after a certain point. But this podcast, we've been really excited to have you on, dude.
Thank
yeah,
you.
Yeah, we really were.
Absolutely,
Seriously.
dude.
Thank you guys.
Yeah, we were
Absolutely.
like, and then the room came together the way it did.
Yeah,
it
that's
just
beautiful.
it turned this whole thing into like we were excited, and then
We
like,
knew we were gonna find gold.
It just
You know
all
what
the
I'm saying?
stars aligned
Dude, it was
tonight, the whole thing.
1849,
It
and
was
I'm
great.
in California. Like we just knew we were gonna find gold with this, dude. And I haven't felt that excitement playing a show in a long time.
and we used to
dude.
get paid to play those shows. We're not doing this for nothing. We just like doing it.
Yeah.
We enjoy talking to people. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And we all know each other. you know?
Exactly. And we hadn't seen you in fucking, like he said, like 2 years. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So a lot to catch up on.
Yeah, it almost hits a point where it's like an obligation. You know what I mean? Where like
Yeah.
you're playing a show and you're like, we got to do this, we got to do that, and it does weigh on you. And then you do something like this, and you're like, no, dude, we're just gonna get together, have a,
Especially
just
since
have
most
a,
of the
have a
time-
good conversation and just chill.
Especially
It's
since most of the time the show doesn't start till 9 o'clock at night. And you have
And
nothing else going on all
day,
day before that. You're like, what am I
all
gonna
day,
do? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like it got old, man. But this shit, dude. Like when am I? We've all been talking all week. Like, man, this podcast can be sweet. Like we've been so excited about this.
Well, we're
dude.
not on anyone else's schedule but our own. You know what I'm saying? We're not working for anyone. We're not hired to go to this bar at a certain time and leave at a certain time. We can do this whenever
That's
we want.
nice. It's free and
But you're also still your own boss though when you do that. You know what I mean? Like that's also still huge too. Like
It is, yeah. You
why?
are.
What is your guys' fucking thing here to make some money or something?
No.
we like doing it, man.
It just
for
happened.
fun,
It happened
yeah.
organically. Me and him would just shoot the shit. We drinking rum, sitting in the living room, playing fucking Xbox, and we would just be cracking each other up all night.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Let's take it out of the basement."
Yeah.
yeah, literally. Just
And if you
record
get
the
guests and you get a little
conversations,
controversy or you get some, a personal story, you can keep this.
Yeah.
You
well,
know?
it's still performing yet in some degree. You
No,
know what I'm
I
saying?
don't. Well, maybe.
You know what I mean? Like
I'm just fucking
okay, all
talking.
4 of us are performers. Like
That's the best part.
I'm just talking to you like I would
exactly.
if we weren't.
But there's people that don't sit in front of a microphone every single night that wouldn't be able to do what you're doing
They
right
they
now.
look
or what
at
we're
they
doing
think about
right
the
now.
cameras and the sound, and it's like, no, you just gotta have the
gotta
Yeah,
be
you,
you,
you
man.
get the
Just
headset
have
on
the
someone,
conver-
they freak
yeah,
out,
they
develop
freak out,
Parkinson's.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I said that at Brody's wedding. I was like, you can tell the people that can talk in front of a crowd. And
Yeah.
Lav just got up and he crushed. And
When we
some
first
people
started,
can't
that
do
was my number one thing. When we first started, I was like, dude, I don't think you understand how hard it is to sit in front of a microphone and just talk for an hour. I was like, an hour is gonna feel like 2 days just trying to talk, and it ended up being the easiest part about this whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The technical aspect,
technicality,
like
yeah.
going with the cameras and doing all the technical stuff, ended up being what stumped the start of it at the beginning. And I was more worried about this aspect of it, and this ended up being the easiest part.
because you figure we could all talk for 4 or 5 hours,
Apparent-
anyways, just-
apparently,
yeah, yeah, right.
I mean, Gino could talk for 13 hours. I can go to
By
sleep,
himself.
wake up the next,
Yeah.
come back down here at 9 a.m. and
talking
he'll
to
still
my
be
dad.
talking.
Just
put
you know what I'm
cardboard
saying?
cutouts of ourselves in the seats, and he would just be like, "Yeah, dude, so fucking."
I do
that's
Gregorian
what-
to my dick.
Yeah. But no, that's why we were so excited to have you on as a guest, man, because we
Yeah.
knew how seamless it would be and how effortless it would be.
Mm-hmm.
And you literally delivered
Thank
exactly
you.
how we
Thank
thought you would.
Yeah, it was great.
On a positive note, just life's
Yeah.
pretty good. I'm teaching now. I love it. I do private lessons. A lot of the kids, they're great kids, great players.
Plug
And,
everything, dude.
I was
Literally
gonna say,
plug-
so if,
Yeah,
if
shout out
people
if anyone-
want to get
if anyone wants
where do
lessons,
they find
call.
it?
Yeah, aside from my risque life, I teach kids and stay sober during the day, and I teach piano lessons and music theory lessons. So if you'd like to hit me up, you can find me. It's not hard to find me. We do
Or-
the half hour of the hour. I drive to you, and begions are welcome. And then of course the
On
advanced stuff.
on
do-
Facebook, Gino Cappuccetti III.
Hold on though.
Yeah.
What
But
are
you
the-
also do
Yeah, I
you
think
do
so.
you do more than just like bar gigs. You do weddings, events. You do all sorts of
Yeah,
stuff
I'll
like that.
play
right?
solo piano from time to time, or I'll do a duo thing if people want it. Like I'm pretty flexible, on what we're
And
doing.
people
You'll go play a kid's talent show.
Would you?
Yeah, fuck yeah, and win it.
and win it.
Win it.
Would you?
I would hope so.
He
I would
was
hope
the
you're
better-
smoking all the teenagers.
No, the kid. The
Listen,
kid,
I know.
the
You want
kid
your
was
kid to win
better
a,
than
you,
I was.
You
Oh.
want your kid to win a talent show? It only costs you $750. Gino Cappuccetti.
That's
And he only takes $250 of it.
fucking terrible.
Okay.
And
What? Wait, hold on though.
the kid stole the performance, not me. I just
No, he was
played-
great. I saw the video. I watched it 100 times. It was
What
great.
are your prices though for like a half hour and an hour? If someone were to do
We'll
lessons?
do 30 a half hour or 50 for a full hour.
Oh, that's great.
Because I'm actually interested in.
Well, yeah.
I want you. You know what I mean?
That's
like
what
even
it'd be.
a-
I drive to you once a week and
Yeah.
we fucking figure it out. And then
Can I pay an extra 25 to sit and watch? You guys have the
voyeur.
lesson.
I'd pay you an extra
You have
25.
to sit behind plexiglass because I don't trust you.
I'm not. I'm not.
You
gonna,
can breathe on the
I'm not
plexi.
gonna wash my hands.
breathe on the plexi, you fuck.
I'm not washing my hands.
It's gonna get foggy up in here. You know what I'm
I'm
saying?
not afraid of any of you.
You should-
But no, man. So people usually contact you through your Facebook or through the
Yeah,
band.
that's through Facebook or my phone number. But
I
a
mean,
lot of word of mouth though from the
Yeah.
band.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know? That's really what it's always been, and that's cool. So that's where I went last year. I started to do this. Then fucking gas skyrocketed. It was the worst time.
It's going back up again.
Yeah.
No, it's down. I paid $388 today.
That's a lie. It used to be $339 a
It
month
used to
ago.
be $436 though too.
It just
It's,
fluctuates
it's
a
all
bit.
perspective though. 'Cause
Anyway.
It used to be fucking $2 and change, and then we're like 3 is cheap.
Anyway.
No, it's not.
Anyway, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fucking about me for a second here. That's fucking 3/4.
We're promoting the
of that
business.
podcast. Yeah,
Promoting
and
the business.
So yeah, if you'd like that, boom, you want